Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of Thoughts on Education, an initiative by collegedunia.com. Today, here present with us Professor Mahima Birla, Dean, Faculty of Management at Pacific University, Udaipur. Very welcome, ma'am. Very welcome to our platform to present your views. Uh,
Thank you, Arsh. It's a pleasure to be connected with you.
uh, First of all, I would like to introduce our esteemed guest to all of you. Professor Mahima Birla, Dean, Faculty of Management at Pacific University. She has rich teaching experience of more than 20 years in the area of banking, business economics, and business environment, with expertise in global business and economic scenario building, simulation, and facilitating experiential learning. She is also the editor in chief of two international journals, Pacific Business and Unnati. She has authored three books in this area of economics and Indian financial system and has to her credit many research papers in prominent national and international journals. Very welcome, ma'am, once again. Ma'am, my first question is, you have long association with education sector throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with this field?
Okay, talking about my connect with this profession, I'll share with you that I have always been mesmerized with the power the teachers have in shaping the future of the students as well as guiding them. And believe me, I have always wanted to be a powerful person. So I think there cannot be any more beautiful and satisfying feeling than being acknowledged by the students from all over the world. I feel so good when the students down the lane, I have been in the academics for more than 20 years now. When they come from all part of the country, they share with us the old memories and it is very nostalgic. So being able to contribute in being there a good person, making them a professionally and a socially capable person gives lot of satisfaction. And moreover, see, a person like me likes to live in a challenging and dynamic environment. I believe in learning something new every day. And being a teacher, I think I'm a student, more capable and more prone to learning new things daily. So, with all these aspects, I think there could not be a better choice than becoming a teacher. And then, moreover, I do believe from an academic family. So, it naturally comes to me that I have to become an educator. So, one more thing I really want that the teachers should be by choice, not by chance. So even after doing my company secretary course, I did not opt for joining the corporate sector. I opted for joining the academics, which is very natural and it is there in my genetics. So basically, the urge to become powerful, to connect with the students, to actually contribute in their well-being is the basic key factor which drives me in this profession.
Yes, ma'am, very rightly said that education is a field where there is no end. You always learn new things, you always have, uh, and I think this is very nicely explained. Ma'am, I would like to move to the next question. Uh, when you first came to the Pacific University, what was your vision for the university? Has it evolved over time? And how far along in implementing that vision are you?
Right. Talking about my association with Pacific University, I must share with you, I joined this group long back in 2005. And there it was not a society, but it was not a university, but it was a education society wherein there were 10 to 12 colleges affiliated to various universities. So the group started in 1997 with a mere students of 45 in number with its first management institute, that is Pacific Institute of Management. And I think you'll be happy to know this is the first private management institute in Udaipur region. So with the aim of providing good quality education to the students nearby the area, as well as to reach out to the whole of country, the promoters Bahola Ramji Agrawal with his and Ashish J. Agrawal started this Pacific Institute of Management. And today, this is a huge academic group wherein there are 3 universities in one city. Just in Udaipur, this group has 3 universities. One that is Pacific Academy of Higher Education and Research University, which was established in 2010. And then there are other 2 medical universities. So what started as a journey with just 45 students is now turned up into a huge tree, I must say, wherein there are more than 10,000 students in one university, more than 500 faculty members, more than 1,000 to 1,200 supportive staff. And I feel that the vision itself has been fully met. The aim has been met, because this transaction could not have been possible with the start of 45 to going to the number of 10,000. So the simple vision was to give good quality education, not only in terms of teaching, but in terms of holistic development of the students. And I think the magnanimity itself speaks. The students, the faculty members, the recruiters itself vouch, yes, the university has been able to fulfill that aim of connecting with the students, giving them that quality education and bringing a holistic development in their life in terms of making them good human beings, successful human beings, and happy human beings.
Okay, ma'am, very nicely explained your journey throughout. As you have said that where the Pacific University has started only a few students, now it is a very huge group in the Udaipur region. So it is already such a nice transition you have seen throughout your career. And also you have mentioned that there is a holistic development of a student. All-round development is very much needed. So it is a very nice thinking of yours. Let's move to the next question, ma'am. Ma'am, being the Dean Faculty of Management, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for marketing and administration of the institute?
Thinking about the management education. See, as I've already told, the Pacific Institute of Management has a legacy of almost 23 years now, as it was the first pioneer college of this group established in 1997. And being a private university, we have the right of starting the de novo type of courses. De novo type of courses means the courses which are more industry relevant, which are more needed in terms of employment, in terms of industry need. So we have the program like MBA Data Analytics, which is in great demand in the present time, and the scope is ample. Along with that, as I said, we are backed up with the medical university. We do offer MBA Hospital Administration. We have MBA Executive Program, wherein the executives from very, very prestigious companies from all over the India do join this program. Then I must say, the strength of our MBA program is its specialization. We offer 18 specializations. And these 18 specializations are all in the sunrise sectors of the economy, whether it is logistics, or it is supply chain, or it is retail, or it is IT, or it is hospital administration, or it is agriculture, or it is hospitality. So the students get the wide range of opportunity of choosing the specialization. And then they can choose among 2 majors. They have to opt 2 majors. So their employability is definitely enhanced as they study 2 majors. But as I said, that they have an opportunity of studying the courses which are more industry relevant. We make sure that we have the collaboration with the premier institution for giving the required content and exposure to the students in all these programs. If I'll share with you the program that we have started in MBA Data Analytics, it is backed up by BSc and NSc. So they are the premier institutions. We have many programs in the area of financial sectors, which are being backed up by NSC. We have the collaboration with All India Management Association. So our basic thrust is upon starting the programs which are backed up by the industry leaders so that the students get ample of exposure. They learn the correct skill set which is required by the industry. So at the end of the day, they may not just land up with one degree in their hand, but definitely they enter a good market where they are capable of bagging good jobs. So this was all about the courses that we offer. But most importantly, I feel it all depends upon the way you deliver the content. So here we use very pedagogical approaches, not only just clubs or the study circles or the forums. We emphasize lot on practical training in forms of live research projects in collaboration with the industries and the companies. So the special thrust is definitely upon having as much as industry exposure as the students can take. So as you were talking about one more thing, that is marketing. I must share with you that we have the students from Jammu and Kashmir. We do have students from Pune in the Maharashtra. We do have students from Daman and Diu, as well as from Dimapur in Assam. So that is the length and breadth that we cover, being a very old institute and having a legacy of performing in terms of placements also, in terms of national and international achievements also. So these students are actually our brand ambassadors, right? So one day marketing will not establish us in the market, but these students, those who are spread all over the world right now, because as I said that we have the institute has covered the journey of 23 years right now. So there is a strong alumni base. So the alumni, the recruiters, the students from all over the world, they are actually the brand ambassadors, those who are vouching for the quality of education which the institute is giving. Then apart from it, definitely this is the time of being able to connect digitally. So as I was saying that we have many clubs and study circles. We itself have a digital marketing club. We even have an IPR club. So students of these clubs are very active on social media, right? So they maintain the blogs. There is a bi-monthly newsletter which comes out of the institute. They are very active on social media, Facebook, and this is just to share with everybody the activities that are going on in the campuses. So this connect the recruiters also, the people from the industry also, as well as the other students, those who are connected with us down the lane in 23 years. So I firmly believe that for educational institution, there is no word directly called marketing, but yes, this is about creating awareness about the programs, the type of exposure which the institute provides to the students. Because every institute should be student centric, right? So that the students can get the maximum advantage of studying in such an institute. But yes, through social media, we definitely keep in connect with our young generation.
Okay, very nicely explained, really nicely explained your strategies, and after that, how to build an institute, how the students are your brand ambassadors. It is really nice belief and the nice thoughts of you have shared. So I think we should move to the next question as we don't have very much time. So ma'am, my next question to you is how does the management programs differ from other professional courses? What are the difference you see in technical courses and management courses and other courses? What are the difference between management courses and other courses?
Yeah, that's a question very dear to my heart. See, the purpose of management education for the student is to make them learn how to combine managing their own self with the ability of managing the people so that they can translate this ability in managing the organization, right? And management is involved in every aspect of living, whether it is family or it is profession. So every type of organization across every sector require people from management. And I personally believe management is just not a degree or a course which gives you content knowledge. Yes, definitely, it is a popular course which make you apt for global opportunities. But more than that, this is a course which gives you life skills, the ability to survive in life, the ability to do very well in life, the ability to connect with people, right? And I always put that this is a course which strengthens the emotional quotient of the students, right? And emotional quotient, as we all know, has much more weightage in the success of one's life than IQ. So management education gives that strength and confidence to the students to excel in every arena of life. And even if you see the reports of World Economic Forums or NASSCOM, it all says that down the lane 5 to 7 years, almost 80% of the jobs or the skill set which the people are right now utilizing will be obsolete down the lane 5 to 10 years. So this is the only course which tell the students or equip the students to develop those set of skills which will be required in times to come. The skill sets like critical thinking, the skill sets like decision making, problem solving, negotiation, and moreover how to communicate with people, the quality of leadership. So I'll say this is a program which not only the professional people should do, but every person in every walk of life should have the management education. So be able to connect with other people and do well in their life.
Yes, ma'am. So it is very nicely explained that you have said that managerial skills are not only needed in the professional world. It is also needed in personal world also. In family, you also need the management skills. It is a very nice thinking, and the qualities and the skills that you told that student will develop are really forbearing. Like everyone need those qualities throughout their life. So these are really the good positives of that course. So I think my next question to you, ma'am, is uh, what goals do you have in your mind for Pacific University for next few years?
Okay, I'll be very precise and simple in this answering this question. See, what we need is we need lots and lots of happy, contented students, those who are performing very well in every walk of life, not only personal but in professional life, right? They should feel that pride towards their alma mater, that we have taken admission in a right institute wherein the institute has groomed up in every manner. And as I said, down the lane, in 5 to 10 years, all the type of jobs and the skill set required will definitely be changed. Right? So for our student, we have a vision of providing them more industry relevant programs, more programs that they can find easy to cope up so that they'll do very well in their professional life. Right? For that, we have a lot of options for our students. We even run an incubation cell wherein any student that has an idea for doing business, any idea for any project idea which is beautifully designed, made it into a feasibility project, and then that child through our incubation center gets all the facility to launch it, right? So we are going for a lot of collaborations, lot of MOUs with the industry, with the relevant associations, so that we can give actual exposure required by the students in the present time, so that they can be, after completing their degree, they don't feel lost. They feel, yes, we have got that required skill wherein we can take it ahead and be placed in good company.
Okay, so very nice plans, and I told I think visions as the students should have pride on their institute. It is a very uh, pride moment for institute also that their ex students, their alumni have respecting their uh, institute. So it's very rightly explained. So, ma'am, I will move to the last question. Any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
As I said, this generation does not go by preaching, they go by observation. But one thing I must really want to share with you, with these aspiring students, and that is I want to congratulate them. I firmly believe that this generation, that is the Millennial Z, they are more talented, more technical savvy, and they're actually the bundles of energy. Only what is required is they must channelize their energy, their skills, and their potential in the right direction. Only that is required. And other than that, they have all the intrinsic ability in them. And for that, they have to be very wise in terms of choosing the institute, in choosing the career, right? What they do is they do not take the right decision at the right time. So they must understand that they have to choose a right career and the right institute. Moreover, they should understand that degree is just a passport to enter the corporate world, but they must emphasize a lot on their skill building, that is upskilling and reskilling, that is continuously required in the present time. See, in my present age also, I am, as I said, that we have many courses in data analytics. I make it a point that every day before going to bed, I must learn a new skill. And this is what is required by this generation. So there is no dearth of opportunities in the market right now. They are into that era where India is going to lead in times to come. So nobody can stop India in becoming a leading economy in down the lane 10 to 12 years or 5 to 7 years. Only the thing is that they need their time and energy in learning the right set of skills that is going to make them very successful in times to come. And then they have to understand that they have to work upon their ability, right? They have to choose an institute which work upon their ability, wherein they can harness their potential. See, at Pacific, we have all sort of students. Some students, those who are brilliant in sports. So there is a sport coach to help the students for national level. You have their capability in terms of sports. There is an incubation and the entrepreneurship set which help the students in performing well in terms of becoming a business. And then definitely in terms of academics, there is whole the institute provides.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your nice views. I definitely believe that students will get a lot to learn from the views that you have expressed throughout the interview. I also thank you for extracting time from your schedule to share your views on our portal.